Okay, so this video here is a continuation of my comment application here, right? And I've been adding some comments to some of these, and it appears to be working, but I do have some issues here, right? I'm just gonna say this is a test of the mic comment system, right? And then click on reply, and uh, it doesn't do anything, right? But you have to refresh the entire thing in order for this comment to appear down here. This is a test of the mic comment system. So, it's not really, I don't really like it too much, but it does work. Especially um, especially if you enter a comment and you click reply and this thing goes away, right? Oh, it says comment saved or something like that, right? Um, we could do that, but the only issue is that we could do that, but then it's not really real time, but it does reduce the amount of like loads to a system, right? And but it's still not as robust. It should be pulling from the database every time. It should be refreshing every single time. Okay, so anyways, here's how I built this bottom piece here, right? So I'm just gonna go to um, the start process here. What I did was I modified this process here. And of course, this process is located inside of a constant, right? And click on this, and then this is the process here. Okay, so let's take a look at the process variables because these are no called parameter, nah? The more yes, no yes, no yes, no. All of these are, you know, holy fuck. Okay, all of these are process parameters. Okay, they are parameters, which means that they are passed from a form or something from another system. They're passed from another process into this process here. The cancel is being passed from another process. Is update is being passed. Reply comment is being passed, right? And then what happens is it arrives into this node here, and then it saves it, right? It saves it. And basically, what we're doing here is we're passing the process parameters here, reply, right? And we're creating a constructor here. I see comment here, and what it's doing is it's saving, it's constructing this entire thing here, right? Because like okay, so we got comments up here, right? We got a paragraph field. This is the paragraph field. The paragraph field here is saving to local bang reply, which is a local variable, right? You can kind of tell like here's a local variable, which is defined all the way up here. You guys understand this? This is defined all the way up here. And so as the user clicks on reply and they click on reply and they decide to put something here, right? Like this is a test of the mic comment system, something like that. Click out of it, and what you have here is you now have value instead of local bang reply. And then what we do is we push that. We build a constructor right here. We build a record type here, and then we pass in the local bang reply into this, along with like we're collecting information here. This piece up here is actually what we are replying to. whatever it is, we are replying to this, right? So we have to retrieve that. We have to retrieve the ID of the basically the primary key of this comment up here, and then we're putting that into the parent comment ID. And then we're also like creating the time date here. We're gonna say now, and then we're the logged in user, basically, right? And then this process model, we have to build a constant here, and we put the process model inside of the constant. We assigned it to the constant. See here, and we call this is the constant, right? A process model type. Okay, so we do that, and when you go use the form here, right? Say for example, I just want to comment on this very last thing down here. I click on reply and this thing pops up. I'm gonna say this is the last reply, and then I hit reply. Nothing happens, right? Maybe I should do something here. I should probably say boom, comment saved, something like that. Or I don't know. Yeah, comment. This whole thing disappears and says comment saved. Or ideally it should just boom show up underneath it. But I can't freaking understand the loading mechanism of this thing. This is one of the weaknesses that I have right now. If you go to Appian and you go to Abing refresh, right, variable, then you have to take a whole entire course on when things refresh, and it's kind of confusing, right? Like load, these used to be these used to be like something that a long time ago you could use. What the fuck? I don't understand what this is. Fine. In conjunction with the load. Oh, this is like used in conjunction with the load function, getters and setters. The problem with the load function is you're not supposed to use load function anymore. It does everything load does, but without additional refresh options. May directly simplify your. So the recommendation is that you should always use like local being local variables, right? And this is the new evaluation function. Yeah. Okay, so there's like refresh variable here that's supposed to teach you how to when to refresh your variable, right? So the question is, you have to ask the question like, when does this freaking thing refresh? Because this is a nested function, nested um, interface rule here, right? So imagine, okay, we replied here, right? Let's go to test. Let's reload this entire thing here. See, this is the last reply here, right? So we know that it works. We know that when we're replying to it, it works. I guess what we could do though is we could we could test it out, and we could say, I'm just gonna delete this. What we could do is we could say, okay, so being process variable here, right? Storing this data here. We could even say dot bb dot reply comment, right? Now let's test this out. Let's test this out. Just do a reply. Okay, so now we're getting something here. Um, and what we probably should do is once this returns, right? What we could do is we could say we could hide this button here, right? We could literally hide this button here, and it really depends on what we want to do here. Right here, we could say show when not anything is not null or empty, right? Or is empty, is not, is null, is null or empty. So I'm just gonna hit refresh here. Okay, then reply. Okay. So let's say for example, reply, boom, gone. What we should probably say is processing or comment saved, something like that, right? Now, ideally, this is not what we should be doing. We should probably be saying, we should probably display the freaking thing, right? But because we are, because we're just trying to find a quick fix to this shit, right? So we might just quickly do something like that, but okay. So let's say, for example, I could do something like this. I could come up here and I could say, well, then we want to display this if is not, right? Is not empty or null. And what I want to do is I want to say, maybe down here, um, rich text. Let's get some rich text in here. Screw this, right? And we're just going to say, instead of this guy here, we can say left, and then we can say, this guy's too big though. Size is small. The icon is not really that cool. Let's check out all of the icons here. Oh, fucking bullshit. Come on, man. It's freaking Appian crap here. Right. I don't know. Maybe maybe I had a check mark. I don't know. Like just something simple like saved it. Something like that. Right. So maybe something like this. And then we say, and then we just say maybe whoop. So a bing rich text. And then we're just gonna rich text item here. We're just gonna say text, and then we're just gonna say something like that. But, you know, this is really not really that cool. Comment saved. Maybe it's saved, right? And without the exclamation point, because that's too like crazy. Comment saved. Let's try this out and see if it works. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to extend all the way, you know, and that's kind of like stupid. Um, maybe you control the width of this, right? So, I mean, we can control the height of this. Um, align. No, 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 no. All right. So, um, I mean, we could control the shape of this, so it's not so like, you know, maybe isn't there a shape here already? No, there's not. So we'll stick with shape, rounded, completely rounded. So it's like a bubble, something like that. I don't know. Let's try this out to see if it even looks good. All right, so I'm gonna hit a reply. Oh crap, this sucks. Actually, you know what? I have to test this. Yeah, this is how you start. Reply, boom, appears here. So this is the last comment of the year. Hit reply. Comment saved. You know, this is cheap. This is really cheap. This is fine if you don't want to like process this form every single time the user access it, you know. So if you build this thing and your excuse was, hey, I don't want the user to really reload this every single time because it does this recursion does take a lot of power, you know, because I mean who knows how big this can get. Okay, look, I'm gonna just do this. No, this is right. I'm replying to this is the last comment of the year, and I said no, this is boom. Right, comment saved. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. It's just saved, right? So we go to test, and this is good if like you don't if you don't have a lot of users. This is good, right? If you don't have a lot of frequent users, where there's like you have a mass commenting of these things, right? And maybe it's okay, right? Because all you really care about is saving the data to the database, and that's a really quick process, right? So I mean, even the comment here is not in the middle. That's kind of shitty. It's like maybe it has to do something with like the something up here. Um, Apply. No, it's got everything to do with this guy right here. Okay. So let's quickly try to align this thing. Vertically align is what we need. Perhaps maybe this one. Card layout. Padding. Bars at above. Padding even less. Transparent. Auto height. Columns. Maybe rich text display. Perhaps maybe we have to completely get rid of the label or something in the label position here. And we're just gonna say collapsed. something like that to see if it works. Oh, there it is. See? So, um, sometimes it assumes that you're gonna write a, freaking comment there or something. I mean, sometimes it assumes that you're gonna put the label in there or something. So as you can tell, this is more compact than before, right? So this all building this thing is more like you have to get in there and really do it. You can't really just like, hey, I mastered it, now I'm good, and this is kind of like an art. It's not really a science. I mean, it's a science and an art put together, right? Boom. Reply. Comment saved. Test. I mean, this could be the first application to go out. I mean, the first commenting system to go out, right? So, we still have like to calculate the total days here, days ago, right? So, how do you do that, right? So the question is, how do you do that? Now, what you could really do is you can say, hey, look, this is a date, right? And I am just having to. So imagine if you created an expression rule and you said, get days left, or see, given a date, get how long ago. Or let me see, get time passed. I don't know, get how long ago. I don't know, whatever you want to call this, right? Because like this, if you go to yeah, get get how long ago, and you want to probably keep your naming conventions as good as possible, right? Um, by date or something like that. By date time. Okay. So we create and assume that you're going to be providing a date time here. Date time. We're just going to assume this is a date time. Date time. Date and time. Okay. So we're going to say um, we're going to say I don't usually work with this type of um, this type of function here. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to get how long ago, right? So we're gonna say now, and we're just gonna print it out now. We're just gonna do now. Yeah. So even now, I mean, you can probably use ChatGPT to help you calculate some of these things. You could do it, but if you need something fast, you really should ask ChatGPT. Appian. How do I calculate how long ago given a date time? Right. Okay, so you got date and time, and then you got now, right? So um, the idea is that, see, so it gives you something here that is usable, and we're just gonna copy here and paste it. Because I mean, you understand what this is, right? You kind of understand already what all this is. So because you understand it, you automatically can just make corrections real quick. You know, you don't have to do something that is like something that's done once, right? It's not like you need to master this or something like that, right? Oh, maybe this function here is this a function here probably does not exist. Interval to hours, right? Date to okay. So we need to find like to date, 2 days, date. um, this function here is 2 dates here. What we might want to do is we might just want to say um, we're going to be working with this one here. We're going to say to day to hold on. Let's process this. I don't think this makes a lot of sense. Okay, so there's mod here, right? So we're going to take mod and we're going to say okay, maybe we want to ask here date difference. Put all this into one function, so to speak. So okay, so what you could do is you could copy this, right? And you could try to, here's what you do, concat here. It's probably, okay, there's no function called diff date, man. Okay, so hours ago, 9, date time here. How about this? Let's keep it simple. Let's comment this entire thing. And let's go down here and let's do a RI date time. Oh, okay. And we're going to test this. Diff date is not available. So let's look on Appian's functions. All right. So we're going to go to functions and we're going to go to all functions. And then here we're going to do date. Okay. Subtract date time is the right function for this. So notice that in okay there is custom click on the function for the custom. Oh, but these are custom fields though. You don't want to use those. Okay. All right. So there's a bunch of date functions here. You got a bunch of scripting here. User date used with expression to perform operations on process data. Okay. So you got date time used for expression rules here. Right? Say for example, you got 2001 and you want to subtract 1 month, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, right? And what you get is you get precisely one like this. So what you could do is you could take date time, the now, and then you could subtract from the, you could take the current, you could take the time that it was, you given a date, and then you could say how long ago from today was it, right? Okay, so it's gonna, you're gonna take today's date, and then you can look back how long ago it was, right? And so everything subtract date is correct here. Last in days. You would expect this thing to give you like how many freaking minutes has passed, right? There is a millisecond time, right? So look up epoch millisecond time would be good. I'm not sure if this is epoch though. Epoch, if we have epoch, we could calculate like the difference between time. Oh, but this is not Unix timestamps though. Okay. So this is only time. So yeah, so let's play with this one here. Right, milli, and then now let's see what's going on with this one. 365 now. That's some bullshit. Let's go minutes here. Time 23. Second time zone ID today. Cal work days, cal calendar, subtract date time. Okay. So your best bet is probably still the subtract date here. All right, let's do it. Let's just freaking let's say that you have start date is now, right? Now, and then we have days, month, years, whatever. That's bullshit. Let's say, for example, we only want. Say, I don't understand why you're gonna give us all this fucking bullshit parameter here. We want it 1 day ago or something. We don't even want 1 day ago. We want 1 hour ago. Okay, 1 day ago. What about 1 minute ago? How about 1 second ago? Right. Motherfucker. Reload this shit. Look, even 1 second ago. Okay, look. The problem is that 2 seconds ago. 6 seconds ago. Yeah, this is not that accurate. Date time, number of years to subtract from the start value. seconds to subtract from the start value. I just want to do 30 seconds. Is it not going to return the proper time? Raw. Not even this. Okay, so it's really just gonna return the minutes. Okay, so it's not gonna return the seconds here. I want to know though, if we do seconds here, I want to see what this doesn't return the second. So what we have to do is we have to do a date time, and let's do a date time. Let's convert this over to a date time, and let's see what it returns. Maybe we do a second or second now, right? We're gonna convert the current time now, to seconds. So Appian's fucking retarded sometimes. I have to convert this to a time. So we have to convert the now to a time, I believe. Don't hold me to it, but as you can tell, we're experimenting right now. So even now, I can't even get the time of this. Right. Time now. What I'm trying to get the time now. Alright. You can get the time now. So stupid. Second. I want to get the second. 28 seconds. Yeah. 29 seconds. Alright, we're getting something. We're getting somewhere, right? This is some bullshit. Alright. So what if I want millis? What if I want milli? What want milli? Alright, this is bullshit too. What if I wanted now plus 2 plus day 2? Right, okay, so day now, right? And then I say 13th. What if I wanted to plus 1? Obviously 14, but we're trying to return the day. So as you can tell, like, okay, so they got something here, right? They're gonna take the difference between all of this and they're just gonna concatenate it together. So let's try to utilize something like this. ChatGPT is not gonna be accurate with what we're trying to achieve, right? So what we do want is we do want a date. Now minus 10. Now minus 10 is really, we're talking about now minus 10, right? Which means 10 days ago or something, or maybe 1 day ago. 12, right? Let's do that. 1 day ago. And what we're trying to get is we are trying to get the date time, right? So RI date time minus now, okay? And we're gonna, So we're gonna say, so it's minus 1 day, right? And it's interval, day to second. Boom, 40. So let's say for example now plus 1. Right? What the frig? Now plus 1. Um, so date time, maybe say we call this date posted, right? And we're gonna do date posted here, and we posted it. Um, actually, then this is not correct. So we have to say minus 1. Let's say, for example, we posted 1 day ago. This is minus 1. Now, this is minus 1 is 12 on the minus 2. Right. Let's just stick with this for now. Right. And we're going to say date, and then we're going to say now minus 2 is 2 days ago. And then we're going to say, we're going to have to say our, our, our time now minus RI posted. It's about 2 days in 18 seconds, 21 seconds, right? So what do we do here, right? Well, then right now what we can say is we can say day. Maybe this is what we can do here. No, not this. We could say day minus day here. Um, right. It's been 2 days, right? And then we could say, um, okay, so they use the mod here. That's cool. We're gonna say hours, right? And so we got the day right. Let's check out the hour. Well, that is kind of correct here. So let's suppose that we wanted to. I think what we need to do is we need to be explicit about our time, date time. Instead of doing that, let's be explicit about it. Let's just do a 2/24. Right, we're gonna say 5 the 11th, and then we're gonna say at 12 something. Right. So say for example 13. 1300 hours is like 23 or something. 123. So I mean we're doing a mod here because like we're trying to take the 24-hour time frame, right? So I mean we could definitely do a mod here and just do a mod. What the freak, I can't type today. Add 24. Supposedly this is the hours. And now this is the minutes. And 60 seconds here. So this is the day. So we're going to do a cat here. And we're going to do a here. here, and then here, and then we're gonna do days, and we're also gonna do hours, comma, and we're gonna do minutes ago. Right. So comma here. Test this. 2 days, 12 hours, 20 minutes ago, right? So so what I want is what I want from this is I want to click on this. Oh look, changed. That's good. So as you can tell, we went all through all this bullshit because like we're not familiar with time stuff, right? But normally, so let's suppose that we have a date, right, that we pull from the database or something, and we feed it into this. Let's save this as a test case, you know. Couple days ago. Great. We're gonna save this. Okay. So, let me click on test rule here, and there's gonna be 22 minutes ago in a little bit here. Let's see here. All right, let's wait until like another minute pass. Right. Anyways, let's wait on that, and here is where you utilize it. Right. We're just gonna try to print out the date here. Okay. I'm gonna do RI level. Boom. And what are our options? Go to this. I'm gonna say comment, right? Comment, and then dot date time. Oh, actually created date time, right? So that's the date time. We're gonna feed this into this function here. Um, boom, 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 boom. Date posted, and then we're gonna close this. We might have to convert this over because it's probably look, check it out. Shit actually works. Okay, so take a look at this function that we just created, this expression rule that we just created. Right. So we saved it. Now let's go back to clicking on this, right? 21 minutes ago, click on it. 22 minutes ago. So that's good. So notice all of these are still showing like 2 days ago, right? Because I haven't refreshed it yet. But if I were to click on test, right, it'll tell 4 days ago, 27 minutes, whatever, 1 hour, 17 minutes ago, etc. Right? So all of these now have, I could probably cut this down to make it so much more easier to read, right? So imagine that, you have this thing here and you're like, I mean, you look at this and you're like, shit, I don't like the 0 days, man. I don't like the 0 days. I don't even like the 0 hours, right? So like, if it's 0 days and 0 hours, I don't want to see it. There's always going to be minutes. Well, there might not even be minutes. What if I did something like this? Okay, so what if there is still a seconds? So I'm gonna do a second here. Second is if you have like high traffic rate or some shit, Seconds ago, right? You can even do seconds ago here, right? 23, 25. See, this is like better real time. So now that we have all of this code, we clean it up, right? And then we can say, I want to be more smart about this, right? And I want to save all of this, a main local variables, and I want to say local day, right? And then local hour, local minute, local second, right? And then I want to calculate this at the end. And then I want to close this out properly. And then I want to say this. Maybe I do something like this, right? Ideally, perhaps maybe you want to calculate this first, and you want to say, you got a bunch of date time here, but you might want to go down here and you might want to say string, right? String just means that it's a text, right? And you might want to just do some calculations up here, right? This is calculation for days and hours, and then minutes, and then seconds, right? And then what you could do now is you can say if, right? You can say if local day, or you can say if equals 0, right? Then null. Otherwise, do a you can cut this thing together. You can say local bang day, and then this, and then that, right? And then you're ready to close this off. And then you can also copy this and you paste it throughout your entire thing here. Here. And you're going to copy your day here. If you're tired of typing, this is what I do. I just copy paste shit all day. Okay. And then minutes, hours, days, etc., etc. And then now you can pretty much concat all of your local variables here, right? And then you can go boom, 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 boom. Minutes, all right, seconds here. Oops. This. Right. 2 days, 23 hours, 12 hours, 28 minutes, 30 seconds, 33 seconds ago. Let us imagine that today is the 12th. Right? So let's imagine that this is still 1 hour ago. So as you can tell, there's like 1 day and 28 minutes. Right? We didn't have the hours because like we're still on the 28 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if we didn't have. Imagine we just had like that. Right, it was 1 hour and 29 minutes ago. I could say 3, 22. What time is it right now? 13. So if it's 13 and 31 minutes ago, imagine it was 14. Oh, 14 is in the past, so it was 13. Yeah. 13 and it's 1 hour, 31 minutes and 55 seconds ago. So you know, you could do this, and then now you have a more accurate reading on your time. Look, the 0 days here, these are ugly. These are wastes of space. Let's refresh this entire thing. You know, this will give you more information if you need it. You know, but at the same time, like, do you really have to do this? You know, like if you're in the days where you shouldn't care about the hours. You know what I mean? Shouldn't really care about that. But I think this is it for our tutorial here, right? So the next time we meet, we'll do something like let me click on reply again just to play around with this some more. Like reply. Right. Click on reply. Comment saved. People are like they get some sort of feedback from the system. Now it's really saved, right? So this is 7 seconds ago, man. That's that was 16 seconds ago. Okay. So you kind of see that it does work to some degree. It does work. It really does work, right? We give it the illusion that the work, right? Even though we're faking the hey, comment saved. Comment is saved. So just refresh it. You know, this way we don't have to worry about like refreshing the fucking thing. Now imagine the next time we click on this thumbs up, we wanted to like increment this number, but that's kind of annoying because like you know what I mean? You thumbs up and what happens? You thumbs up and you want this number to refresh in real time. So eventually we'll have to learn how to do that, right? 嗯，这种啊，俾成 upload document 得呢，做個出呢 gear 得呢，so anywhere in this location here, it's a upload document too, or perhaps maybe upload it door or something like that, right? Because the Pegotonin Dhamma is very advanced, but we'll get into all of that later. All right, so this is it for my video.